Right now, you might be sitting at your kitchen table, looking at a stack of bills, wondering how far your next Social Security check is really going to stretch. Groceries cost more than they did last year. Gas still feels like a punch to your wallet. Rent keeps creeping higher. Medical costs never seem to slow down. And if you're like millions of Americans, you're asking yourself one simple question every single month. How am I supposed to survive on this? That's why today's topic hits close to home, because people everywhere are talking about something that sounds almost too good to be true. A possible $200 monthly boost for everyone on Social Security. Not a one-time payment, not a temporary relief check, but real money, every single month landing in your account. Imagine what an extra $200 could mean for you. That's groceries for a week, that's medication coverage, that's gas money to see your grandkids. That's a small cushion when life throws you another surprise. And if you're living on a fixed income, every dollar matters. Your family feels it, your budget feels it, your peace of mind feels it. But here's where things get intense. Is this actually happening right now? Who qualifies? Is it automatic? Or is this just another rumor spreading online? Because the last thing you need is false hope. In this video, we're breaking it all down in plain English, so you know exactly what's real, what's possible, and what could be coming next. You deserve clarity. You deserve honesty. And most importantly, you deserve to protect your wallet. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could directly impact your monthly income and your financial future. Why this $200 conversation is exploding across America. The reason this $200 monthly conversation is catching fire is simple. Americans are hurting. Inflation may slow down on paper, but in real life, you feel it every time you swipe your card. Food prices haven't magically dropped. Utility bills still surprise you. Insurance premiums keep rising. For seniors, disabled Americans, and families relying on Social Security, these increases hit harder because your income doesn't grow the same way wages do. You're locked into a fixed amount, and when prices jump, your buying power shrinks. That's why even a $200 monthly increase sounds massive. It feels like breathing room. It feels like dignity. It feels like stability in a world that keeps getting more expensive. Social media has amplified this conversation with headlines, short clips, and posts suggesting new money is already flowing. Some claim checks are being deposited. Others say it's tied to government programs, budget changes, or upcoming legislation. But here's the truth. Misinformation spreads faster than facts. That's why you need to understand what's actually driving this conversation. Some of this excitement comes from local assistance programs, state-level relief initiatives, benefit recalculations, and supplemental aid programs that vary by location and eligibility. In some cases, people really are seeing extra money. In other cases, the headlines oversimplify complex policies and make it sound like everyone qualifies instantly. This creates confusion, frustration, and false expectations. And that's dangerous for families who are counting on every dollar. The goal today is to separate hope from hype so you can make smart financial decisions instead of emotional ones. Because your money matters, your security matters, and the truth matters. What $200 monthly actually could mean. When people hear $200 monthly, the brain immediately jumps to one thing: automatic extra cash added to your Social Security check. But in reality, there are several ways this number can appear. Sometimes it comes from state supplements that add money to federal benefits. Sometimes it comes from cost of living adjustments spread unevenly across benefit types. Sometimes it comes from benefit recalculations after income updates, housing changes, or program enrollment. In certain cases, it may even come from temporary assistance programs that run for a limited time. This means two neighbors on the same street could both be on Social Security and receive very different amounts of extra support, depending on their state, income, housing situation, and eligibility status. That's why blanket statements like, everyone gets 200 can be misleading. However, that doesn't mean help isn't happening. It means you need to understand where the money comes from and whether you personally qualify. This is where empowerment matters. When you know how the system works, you're no longer guessing. You're making informed decisions that protect your household. You start asking smarter questions. You start checking your eligibility. You stop falling for clickbait panic, and you regain control of your financial direction. This is exactly what this channel exists for, helping you stay ahead instead of being blindsided. Who may be seeing real money right now? Let's talk about who may actually be seeing additional money hit their accounts. Some seniors and disabled Americans receive state-level supplements that adjust annually. Others may qualify for housing assistance credits, utility support programs, or food benefit adjustments that free up cash indirectly. Some people experience benefit recalculations if their income or living situation changes. There are also special local relief programs designed to support fixed income residents during high-cost periods. This means that if you've moved recently, updated your household status, applied for assistance, or enrolled in new benefit programs, you might already be seeing a monthly increase that feels like a $200 boost. That's real relief for real families. But it's not universal yet. The key takeaway here is awareness. If you don't check your statements, review your eligibility, or stay informed about local programs, you could miss money that you legally qualify for. And nobody should leave money on the table when budgets are this tight. The danger of false hope and clickbait. Headlines. One of the biggest risks right now is false hope. When headlines scream big numbers without context, people emotionally plan around money that may never arrive. That leads to stress, disappointment, and sometimes financial mistakes. You might delay paying a bill expecting extra money. You might commit to expenses thinking relief is guaranteed. That's why responsible information matters. You deserve facts, not hype. The reality is that national benefit increases require legislative action, budget approval, and implementation timelines. They don't happen overnight. They don't quietly appear without announcements, but smaller programs absolutely can activate quietly at the state or local level. That's why staying connected to credible updates matters more than ever. How you can protect yourself and your wallet protection starts with awareness. Check your benefit statements regularly. Review your eligibility for supplemental programs. Contact your local assistance offices if your expenses have increased. Keep your information updated with benefit agencies. Avoid relying solely on social media headlines. Knowledge gives you power, and power gives you stability. You worked hard for your benefits. You deserve every dollar you qualify for. Why the government is under pressure to act across the country. Voters are demanding relief. Seniors are speaking up. Advocacy groups are pushing for benefit increases. Lawmakers are facing pressure as costs remain high. Fixed-income Americans cannot absorb endless inflation. This pressure is what fuels policy discussions around benefit increases, supplemental programs, and economic relief initiatives. Momentum is building, slowly but steadily. What could happen? Next future proposals could include targeted monthly boosts, expanded state supplements, enhanced credits, or federal adjustments. None are guaranteed yet, but the conversation is active. That's why staying informed gives you an advantage. When changes happen, early awareness means faster action. What you should do right now. Focus on what you can control. Review your finances, track your expenses, confirm your benefit details, stay updated with reliable news sources, prepare for opportunities instead of reacting to surprises. Your future self will thank you. Real life scenarios. What $200 a month means for you. Let's slow this down for a moment and make this personal because this is not just numbers on a screen. This is your real life. Picture your monthly budget. Rent or mortgage takes a big chunk. Utilities follow. Groceries keep climbing. Prescriptions add up. Maybe you're helping a grandchild. Maybe you're paying off medical debt. Maybe you're simply trying to keep the lights on without anxiety. Now imagine an extra $200 landing in your account every single month. That's $2,400 a year. That could cover several months of groceries. That could pay for insurance premiums. That could allow you to finally replace something broken in your home instead of patching it together again. That could mean fewer sleepless nights worrying about overdraft fees or late payments. For many Americans on fixed income, that difference feels life-changing. It's not luxury, it's stability, it's breathing room, it's dignity. And when you multiply that across millions of families, you start to see why this conversation matters so much. This isn't political noise. This is survival economics. Your choices today, what you believe, what you prepare for, and what you act on, shape how secure your future feels. And that's why understanding what's real versus hype protects you and your loved ones. Why some people are seeing changes before others. One confusing part of this story is why some people swear they're already receiving more money, while others see nothing different at all. That's because benefit systems operate in layers. Federal benefits follow one structure, state supplements follow another. Local assistance programs operate on their own schedules and rules. Even housing assistance and utility credits can indirectly increase how much cash you have left at the end of the month. So when someone posts online that they received an extra amount, it might be completely true for their specific situation, but that doesn't automatically apply nationwide. Eligibility can depend on income limits, living arrangements, disability status, age, and even which county you live in. This patchwork system creates confusion, but it also creates opportunity if you know where to look. Many Americans qualify for programs they never apply for, simply because nobody explains them clearly. That's why staying informed is not optional anymore. It's survival. The emotional side of financial uncertainty. Financial stress doesn't just hit your wallet. It hits your mental health, your relationships, and your sense of security. When you don't know if your money will stretch, every unexpected expense feels like a crisis. Every news headline triggers anxiety. Every rumor sparks hope and fear at the same time. That emotional roller coaster is exhausting. And millions of Americans live inside it every day. That's why reliable information is powerful. When you understand what's happening, you regain control. You stop reacting emotionally and start planning strategically. Knowledge reduces fear. Clarity restores confidence. And confidence allows you to make better decisions for yourself and your family. What smart viewers do differently. Smart viewers don't wait for surprises. They prepare, they track policy updates, they verify claims, they ask questions. They take advantage of programs early instead of late. They don't let fear drive decisions. They let facts lead. This mindset separates people who constantly feel behind from people who feel empowered even in uncertain times. You can be in control even when the economy feels unstable. And this channel exists to give you that edge. The coming months will bring changes, announcements, and opportunities. Some will be real, some will be exaggerated. The difference between missing out and benefiting often comes down to timing and awareness. Staying connected keeps you ready. Staying informed keeps you protected. And staying proactive keeps your future secure. If your financial stability matters, and it should, then this community matters. Stay with us, stay sharp, and keep building security for yourself and the people you love.